kind of ironic. Yesterday I started by talking about waves, and you can't see gravity waves, and I said you can't see electrical waves either. You can just see the manifestation of waves, and so funny, we're talking about magnetic waves and solar wind this morning. A piece of the sun broke off, yet it still sticks to the refrigerator. How does that happen? We're going out the door. Cape Cod is 47 degrees on the outside, only 62 inside, and the heat is on at about 7 a.m., just about 7 a.m. Sun's been up for a while. T-Rex, hey, can we hook you up to the Bruins leash? Talk about waves. The Bruins fell off further off their crest of great hockey into the abyss of troubled losing hockey last night. But it's all about the sun this morning. It's all about the solar waves that came blowing in from across the sky. I call it solar wave, but it's really solar wind. That's what they call it. It's a magnetic force. And magnet is an invisible force. It's electricity. It's electricity generated by the sun. The sun always generating electricity, and once in a while it has a belch, and that's called a coronal mass ejection, and that is just a huge solar storm. And there was one back on Wednesday, and the energy from that solar storm came across the sky last night. Incredible aurora. Aurora is a result of the magnetic field from the sun tickling the oxygen and nitrogen atoms at the top of our atmosphere, causing them to light up. And boy, did they light up last night. So many images. How bright were they? So bright that a Katahdin cam, even though it was cloudy, the cloud turned purple last night at the New England Outdoor Club, NEOC, webcam last night. I have a similar webcam right here in Bass River. It's a Michael McCormick IP webcam. Anyhow, the best images, I think, were coming from the professional photographers, and one of my favorite is Michael Beck in Haddam, Connecticut, reflection off of the Connecticut River, where it was clear in Connecticut and calm and gorgeous. Thank you, Michael Beck, for sharing that in the middle of the night last night. I slept through most of it. I did come outside, and the only purple I could see was on my lilac. I had a mostly cloudy sky. We are on the edge of an ocean system right now. This ocean system generating a wind from the northeast. Here's the temperature map at 6 o'clock this morning. It's 34 degrees in Sturbridge, Massachusetts this morning. Almost cold enough for frost. It's in the 30s and parts of Maine. Northern Maine's in the 20s. And then if you look to the lower part and to the right part of this map, you see the air is coming from the northeast, and it's gusting past 20 to 30 miles an hour out over the Gulf of Maine. There's a storm missing us to the south today. It's almost the same exact thing that happened last Saturday. We're in the 5 to 10 day forecast. It looked like there was going to be a nor'easter on a Saturday, and it ended up missing us to the south. So we're left in the middle here with a pretty nice day today. Sterling, Massachusetts, 3 to 5 day. Shows the temperature today well into the 50s, good amount of sunshine. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, mostly dry too tomorrow. It's not going to rain in most spots. Where it does rain, though, tomorrow, it could be a very intense little downpour. There's very little wind up in the sky. Mount Washington this morning in the 20s. Cold enough for snow up there, but it's pretty dry, and the wind was only about 6 miles per hour, so that's pretty cool, huh? There's very little wind up in the sky, so that means slow-moving cumulonimbus are possible. Slight chance today, better chance tomorrow. Let's go to the Euro. Out 240 hours. There's a storm missing us to the south and east today. Stop, Tim, for a second. I want to show you the analysis over the ocean because there's a couple of things I can illustrate here. The low that's missing us today is 999 millibars, which is 29.50 on your barometer, Carl. And the high pressure to the north, generating the wind from the northeast, is at 1016 millibars, which conveniently is 30.00 inches on your barometer. So we've got a 29.5 low and a 30 inch high controlling our weather here today. All right, now let's keep it going. Each of those factors are going to move off, and then we got a little low coming in, almost a clipper type low coming in from the Midwest tomorrow with mostly showers, and could be some elevation snow showers, and mostly in the hills, and hit or miss, mostly missing. So tomorrow, that shortwave missing us to the south. And then high pressure is going to build to the south of us on Monday and Tuesday. That should get us back into the 70s. The front is dragging its heels compared to yesterday. Now with rain in northern New England later Monday into Tuesday, that's the divide between new cold in Canada and warmth that's going to try and hold in southern New England through midweek. Then that front slowly presses to the south, and the rain spreads to the south later Tuesday into Wednesday. And yesterday, even though I said, look at that low going right over us with rain on Thursday, it wasn't really there, but it's there now with some rain on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're looking like we're having a day between the fronts. And then next weekend, once again, here come the low pressure systems trying to come up from the south. And a few days ago, it looked like real tropical rains coming at us next Saturday and Sunday. And that still looks like it's possible. So it's obviously a moving target. That would be the third Saturday in a row where we're threatened with a nor'easter and may or may not occur, as it is a Saturday morning right now. And you can clearly see blue sky developing here on Cape Cod. It looks like a pretty nice day. And this is the flowers coming out. This is going to be bridal wreath. Well, it is bridal wreath. It's going to bloom pretty soon. And all of our mom's favorite lilacs. Mother's Day tomorrow is going to be kind of chilly, but the lilacs are in bloom, and you can cut some and give them to your mom. My mom grew up, well, she didn't grow up. She moved here and had me, and I grew up here with my dad in this house, and then they spent their later years in that house right there. And now they're enjoying the lilacs from well above up there with the Aurora. I spent so much time studying the sun this morning, I lost track of half the things I wanted to say. I think one of the things I wanted to say was it's a miracle we exist at all with the tremendous amount of electricity and heat coming off of the sun. And fortunately, the Earth also has a magnetosphere that blocks a lot of the sun's energy. But once in a while, the energy coming from the sun can overwhelm the Earth's magnetosphere. And we get nights like last night, just brilliant last night. And it may happen again tonight, not sure. And I woke up to a tweet, a DM from Jamie Stenger, who works and I think manages and maybe the Golf Pro at J Peak. He sent me this picture of what he saw in the Northeast Kingdom last night. And while we're on that subject, J Peak is open today and tomorrow, the last 2 days of skiing in northern Vermont. And then it's all Killington from here on in. Unless you want to hike up, Mount Washington still has plenty of snow. And it's cold, too, up there. All right, T-Rex has gone on walkabout. Leave you with yesterday, a turkey flying off my back deck. And sights and sounds, mostly of birds yesterday, and the travel here to Cape Cod. And I think I'll spare you the disappointing loss the Bruins experienced. There's the cod that Dad put up, and T-Rex loves to go in there. He still thinks Mommy's in there, his grandmommy, my mom. Nope, she's resting in her eternal reward. She also loves Peony. Peony's gonna come on strong. Oh, there goes Kevin. See you later, Kev. Bye. Kev goes to work before he comes home and goes to work again. And I'll see you in a few hours, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Beautiful wisteria. Rabbit. And a turkey just jumped over the edge right here. Just missed him. Where is he? He jumped. He's got wings, right? Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, look at him go. So that's probably what's making the scratches in the yard. Not the holes, but the scratches. They blend well, huh? Have I ever told you when the wind's from the east, planes take off in that direction? Hey, there's a tanker incoming. Should we make a time lapse? And they make noise for me here. Have I ever mentioned that? Oh, 100 times a day? Oh, sorry. I know the lighting's really bad here, but... So that's a bad patch of grass, and I think there was some grubs in there. I planted some more seed. It's not a hole, it's just kind of a scratch. So I think that's the turkey scratching there. As opposed to the holes for the bowls, or whatever they are. Bowl, hole, like that. Alright, so this is the Japanese knotweed. Hate that stuff. Don't know what that is. It's a pretty weed. And what is a weed? It's a flower growing where you don't want it to. What is that? Kind of tasty. You'll find out what that is. Knotweed stuff. The wisteria. This is gorgeous. It's hard to get established, and last year The new neighbors hacked away at it, and I was really upset because it didn't bloom at all. And I think it had more to do with the winter before, but boy, what a rebound. Can you even smell it? Oh my goodness, it's so fragrant. So again, this is wisteria. Now let's go check the hydrangea. Oh wait, bumblebee alert. Bumblebee. And it's about the birds and the bees, the flowers and the trees in springtime. Look at them climb right in there. All right, let's go check that. I came out to look for a turkey, and now I'm totally distracted. And there's a tanker incoming. These were baby hydrangea I got out of a pot. Eventually they'll grow big enough to hide the gas gauge there. But you can see the flowers already beginning on these ones. How about the ones in the front yard? I was away skiing while this thing bloomed. I missed it. The last of the bloom's just falling off right now on this guy. Weeping cherry, is that what it's called? Roses look good. Don't know what that thing's called. So these hydrangea, they did not bloom at all last year. Very disappointing. Okay, so there's a flower, there's a flower, there's a flower. Oh good, oh good, oh good, oh good. This is gonna be a wonderful hydrangea year. Today's the anniversary of the latest snow on record, March 9 and 10, 1977 in southern New England. It's the end of Harveyological winter. Actually, I think that's actually next week because it did snow later in northern New England one year. That's southern New Hampshire. Anyhow, great year for the shrubs. We had a very wet 12 months and not too cold a winter. Look at the holly. It's going to town. Get out your pruning equipment. What a day. Oh, waves. What do you know? Sky waves. Shocking. Keep it down. Oh wait, is that you? No time lapse, just an impressive looking video. Independence. Didn't catch your name. Hey, Captain. Justice. So what's going on tonight? Red Sox. Yeah, right. Red Sox, Celtics, and Bruins still all in play. And tonight it is a home game for the Boston Bruins, hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. Is that right? No, the Florida Panthers, Tim. Get with it. Take care of Toronto. I think that's a cardinal. I know that's a cardinal. There's so many different songs. Huge bird down there. Flies like an eagle. It's a baby eagle again, I think. Or a yearling or something like that. Can you come this way, please? Hey, Jan. Happy Mother's Day weekend. I don't know where you are, but I know you've got a loving daughter and a loving mother. And this rhododendron was on the ground when we committed Greg's ashes. They'd cut down some branches and I picked some up and got it to bloom. So, love from Weymouth. Beautiful day. You love the ride, don't you? No, he doesn't love the ride. Yeah, here we are, 2024. It's a new season. Some interesting sky waves here too. That wave way over there, that's a good one, huh? We had a short wave go south of Cape Cod last night, this morning. Short wave means just a little ripple in the jet stream and a weak low pressure system. Yeah, look at the colors of the trees. They're so different. It's because they're mostly oaks. Like about a week behind up around Boston. That one up there. Wow. It's all skunk and cabbage, is that right? Rex, who's that? What do you notice about this neighborhood, Rex? Different than ours. No green leaves. It's all barely out oak for the most part. Like a week and a half behind. Any maples around here? I mean, the fruit trees look great. Let's find a fruit tree. Show that off. That invasive vine? No, that's not invasive vine. Those are maples, I think. Swamp maples, maybe. Grass is green. There's that skunk cabbage. Go down Country Road, Cape Cod. This you got jams, honey, tomato plants. We have to come back here, Rex. We got a mallard decoy. Who's that? Where are we, Rex? We're actually in the Yarmouth Port side of Bass River. And there's some old bogs in here that are going to be torn apart. We're going to redo the old herring on Bass River out here. Bogs. Grew family. Grew these bogs. They let us go ice skating on them sometimes too, if it ever gets cold again. See how they put sand on the bogs? Vines love that. It's nice to have a stash of sand too. Stash of sand over there. You think Cape Cod's all sand, but we're kind of running out of it, believe it or not. Say hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. We're behind, remember, Bill's lawn, I think, here that we cut. And that decaying place, anyhow. Looks like the owner's pulling into his driveway. I can make a video without him noticing. Hey, dude. Hi. Hi. Yep, saw him. I don't know if you saw my camera. Old school here. Old school. Rex, who's that? Who's that? Who's that, Rex? Glad you didn't look as a shepherd. Yeah. There's a pretty tree. There's always a pretty tree somewhere. That's called Weir Pond there. Water level looks pretty high. Got turtles and frogs and stuff. And Bass River's right across the street. All right, that's probably enough for now, I would say. Because I can't stop, as you know. Stop. Somebody said stop. Spoked bee. Today's the anniversary of that famous Bobby Orr goal, too. Speaking of balance, birds have really good balance. We're in Cape Cod. I don't think the Aurora is going to be visible here, even if it were clear. Speaking of birds with balance. Wow. Good balance. Oh, circle through time. Wave.